We will indeed.
The reason I'm saying that is because I swear to God I was getting all excited about seeing Vertigo. Don't know how I managed to.
That was the first ban.
That was the first ban.
Yeah, that's probably why you got tricked right
Well, we'll get into fifth gear now. This could be the most exciting match of the entire group stages. mousesports versus FaZe with a CT star for mousesports here as we get into the PT50 in the hands of Nico as well. He's got Kevlar behind him and one HE in a smoke for Olofmeister. They also have the Molotov that'll be used maybe for a post-plant scenario as he nades open the door, smokes out the vent itself, but there is a massive gap there. Carrigan trying to exploit it. And Carrigan is fantastic in the upper bomb side, by the way. He is a really safe pair of hands.
Yeah, Nico's hands on the P250. Oh, Carrigan, he's in a prime position. Where did their health just go? A nade, I think. Well, Carrigan's bullets chipping away at 3 members of FaZe Clan. Now towards the lower site, Rops has to be precise, and he absolutely is. He's even tapped away at a second. Olof gone, long range. Frozen's caught the lingering Brokey. And now Nico, he's in window. He will have to make noise upon his contact. Frozen losing health, as did Rops, but that's both players that have fragged already. A healthy Chris J is lying in wait for Cold.
Well, there we have it. A 1 versus, well, 5 versus 0 at this point, as they don't take a single casualty. Frozen and Rops take severe damage, but Carrigan, like I said, trying to exploit that gap towards the vent dive at that point. The smoke wasn't perfectly placed. He didn't manage to get any kills, but he did do damage there. But Rops, clinical as you like, denies the plan and makes sure that everything is under control here. Not giving up a single kill is always a good feeling. As we manage to get ourselves to round number 2, it's going to be the force buy. Looks things from FaZe here. We're going to have PT50s, Desert Eagles, and a Tech 9 making a rare appearance for Brokey.
I do love a good Tech 9.
It's about you and 4 people in the whole world at this point.
I enjoy it too.
Okay,
I bring it out.
Make that 5.
I bring it out once a game.
9.
Once a game, I'll bring out the Tech 9 just to show them what's up.
Remind them of that sound echoing in their eardrums.
Honestly, every time I buy it, it gets 1 kill. I feel that's why I do it. So like, whenever I'm struggling, bring it out.
Carrigan not struggling too much with this one. Brokey's Tech 9 does eliminate Chris J off the hut. That bomb is loose for now on the top side. Rops rotating in from heaven. Bomb will be planted open for main. The pre-fire not going to catch it. Was Frozen just to unload his clip and does chip away at Brokey's health in the end, which could soften him up for the Rops retake. He's going to be flashing in the corner and jumping down. CT vent's an issue though. And that's what he's focusing his attention on. Already, we see the damage being inflicted in great buckets and spades. CTs, that's the frag they were waiting for. Here comes the floodgates as they break down. And Frozen doing well to claw back another. They are so low. Brokey could tap away at all of them. He hasn't got it, and they have got time.
He gets
2 to 0.
With the P250, Henry.
I don't know about that, Chad. I don't know about that. But the Tech 9, unable to find more than 1. It did actually get them towards the bomb site itself, though. It did get that kill towards the hut. But that was a force buy, remember. They get the bomb down again. The fact they get 3 kills, now they could be tempted to force buy into this round as well. I would expect at least a partial buy. mousesports, they have the best 4 versus 5% ratio in the last 3 months on Nuke in the top 30, 37%, but the worst in a 5 versus 4.
Oh, that's
okay,
unusual.
so if they actually get the first pick, they more often than not lose the round.
Okay.
Well, not so much more often than not, but worse than everyone else.
Sure, okay, sure.
Yeah, worth phrasing it like that, but otherwise it does paint quite the bleak picture. Pushing aggressive now around the edge of the smoke is Frozen. There's a whole 5 of them there, I think. Yeah, quick maths. All of the FaZe squad behind that smoke. That incendiary does look like it'll be effective to deter, and a gap would keep him informed as to how many have crossed, so the CTs will not be over-rotating here.
It'd be a very good idea here if we just keep an eye on all the different variations of smokes that FaZe Clan have. We know that their T-side, not a map they would traditionally play, has been coming towards the top of their map pool. They've picked this against mousesports. They have so many different styles that they like to go with. We get the deep wall smokes. We get the ones to isolate the heaven position so they can wrap around. We've got just the standard secret smokes you've just seen here. So keep an eye on which moves they're bringing out and why, because they will have to deal with WOC 6 AWP in future gun rounds.
Yeah, coach of FaZe Clan, Yanko, actually, I spoke to him in Katowice. He told us that for Nuke, now teams need to have 4 different defaults, 3 at a minimum. Olof into the top side. Chris J, however, on the hut's done so well with the MP9. Yeah. He sent them packing.
It's the smoke going down as well. Just when they thought they'd found an access point, they get gray screened, and they're going to have to go towards ramp here. But Rops is ready and waiting, but so is Olofmeister's Deagle. Great shot. This was just a partial buy, remember. Barely anything invested, and it's going to be Olofmeister on for the 8 at this point. 3 kills to his name. If he gets the last 2, that could be enough to win them the round here. We will see as they make their way out the ladder, running out of time, so they're going to have to make some noise.
He can't clear Woxic, and he will get the first. He knows there's another one coming. Clean, tidy two-piece. That's 3 on the board for Mouse. And very loud with such little time left. I'm not sure why they didn't head low side. What do you think the call was there?
If you go lower in a late round scenario, there's a lot more corners you have to worry about just to get to the bomb site. Whereas if you get heaven control and you can deal with the guy directly below you, normally you should be able to drop into the site and get a plant. But for people who aren't too familiar with FPS games, or especially a game like Counter-Strike, to aim directly up or down, they're some of the most difficult duels to be getting in Counter-Strike. And if the enemy knows that you're coming, well, it gets even harder.
Yeah, I mean, it helps the logical breakdown of that. If you just think about the fact they have to be moving their mouse down. Oh, and health bar's going down too. Rain down to 29.
Yeah, it's the same we saw from G2, these little set-piece grenade plays to flush out the tendencies of your opposition. If you have a read on a player like Rain who always goes silo on the default, why not work out what timing he's commonly up there to start throwing a few HEs? That means he's kind of nullified for the round now. He won't be able to keep exploring his options as he'll drop back towards the pack. He is part of the smokes towards outside. And towards ramp they go. Rob's would already drop off at this point, knowing he doesn't have the advantage. He's been detected and tagged down to just 91, which is fine. With the first kill for Frozen on top of the CT boxes there. That's fantastic work.
Ever since those warehouse smokes have become more on trend, he just walked straight past him. Nico is on the other side as soon as the swipe of his mouse. No, he's already passed. And Nico now has an opportunity, unlike many, to turn the tides for his squad. A 3v5 disadvantage. And he's practicing the most ridiculous trigger discipline. Woxic, he is going to be so confused. A double kill, triple, rather 3v3 now into the round. And he's pulled it back.
That was so well played from Nico. I can't even begin to start a sentence describing it. We'll get into it after this. It was amazing. Well, it's going to be a 3-on-3 now for sure. 20 seconds remain, though. Is it enough to win? And the reactive play from Carrigan gives a frag to FaZe. This is actually starting to fall apart now. A 5-on-3 leads it to a 3-versus-1 scenario due to Nico getting behind enemy lines and punishing them for it in the most spectacular fashion possible.
Oh, it's such a fantastic play. I love thinking about the perspective of Woxic. He is AWPing ramp. There is not a shadow of doubt in his mind that he is safe. He is operating under full assurance that he will live to fight another day, and then a bullet to the back of the head, quickly followed by his teammate outside dying. Nico, 3 frags, all of his frags so far here on Nuke in this one round, but he turns the tide of a 3v5.
So I was just delving into Skybox here to take a look back at that. Did we see the crossover in the smokes on the stream? Or
They did. They kind of bumped into each other,
okay.
like kind of hugged in the smoke.
All right, I was going to bring that up in case we missed it, but I'm glad we got it there.
Yeah.
I was taking a look at those double nades because what I wanted to see was they wouldn't know if they had done the damage if one of those players had taken down Mr. Rain, right?
Yes.
Now, the kill did come through between that outside combo of Frozen and old boy Woxic. You're going to see there, he will know that the nades hit because he had the assist of Woxic there.
So this was the play. Taking down the AWP, already knowing Frozen's position, the fact he was low HP obviously helped out as well. Gets himself 3 kills in the round from swinging towards main entrance. It's a complete nightmare from mousesports. A 5-on-3 crumbles as we head into round number 5 here. That was the partial buy as well. Plenty of cash here for FaZe. They bring out the Krieg swinging. It's round number 5. The outside smokes and flashbangs are being deployed, and Woxic can do nothing about it.
Yeah, he's just going to have to accept. Roll over. 2 already down secret. What's his reaction? We'll support the upper site.
Does he even know that they're down secret yet? The way that he's scoping up, only looking to the right-hand side, would have me believe that he has no idea if they've crossed or not. Now, Frozen, he's playing like something is a
foot
scurried on down, and he would be right. But just that flash usage by FaZe was all it needed to get across with a simple window smoke.
Oh, that's the info. We'll get it scar-free. But just trying to force a CT rotate, it seems. Woxic, he's had the communication that there is at least one towards secret, so his responsibility's there. Carrigan's only got a CZ, but with a position like this, he looks like he could be good for one.
Carrigan waits patiently. We said he can put up big numbers on this upper bomb site. This would have to be a big performance. I don't think he's got a chance as Rain. He'll be the danger man here. He'll be taking down Carrigan, and that's their cue to commit. Out the squeaky door they go, knowing that the hut should be clear. Down towards events as well. A lovely maneuver. This couldn't be better from FaZe. That's very well done.
This is looking gorgeous. Frozen's going to have to get a multi-kill here. That's enough. Backups arrive from ramp. It is going to be Rops with the Krieg, and he's found Brokey as well. mousesports bite back.
I can't believe it. Olaf Meister now in a 3-on-1. They made a great call there, but mousesports were one step ahead of it, having 3 players ready and waiting to transition towards a lower bomb site if required. And it's that lovely spray from Frozen once again. He gets 2 kills in the previous round, led into a 5-on-3 that fell apart. He makes up for it here, but getting 2 big kills, recovering a Krieg, and giving them a 4-1 lead as well. Here's the M4 transition on the second was great.
The way that round started, I thought the blistering pace from FaZe was going to be more than enough, but Frozen was well awares, and as we get into this timeout, I'm pretty sure we could bring up Skybox for everybody at home.
Yeah, bitter.
So here's what happened in that round with this fast take. You can see Woxic is AWPing the credit card line. As soon as this smoke drops here, his line of sight is cut off. He rotates back. Check out this flash. I'm going to pause it. Woxic is completely blind. Brokey and Cold are going to continue pushing. Woxic doesn't have eyes on them at all.
So they've also got,
undetected.
with the smoke down towards the window room as well at the back there, they haven't even had to use smokes to cross over. So even when Woxic goes to readdress that position, with no smokes down and him not confirming the players have crossed, he can't even safely say they might be down there because there's no smoke to suggest they are.
Exactly. So look, with that in mind, with that in play, and the fact they still pick up the round, good stuff from the Mouse individuals there, because it did really come down to that Frozen multi-kill.
Right, so strategy-wise, FaZe had it all good.
They made a great call there. That the fact they got down towards Secret, they split lower in an effective manner. They dropped down the vents after getting that first kill as well. Frozen saving the day was huge. The backup from Ram from Robs would save the day, but now Olaf Meister on the AWP. They haven't fully invested into this. It's strange on Nuke to see the AWP purchase in this sort of manner. Let's see what Olaf can do with it. He has been using the AWP the last year a lot more than usual. Not so much since Brokey came in their ranks, and he's lost it already. So they will recover it before the incendiary lands. Now their main AWP has got it.
It was curious to see Olaf decide to save the AWP as opposed to the Krieg in the previous. It's just, the reason I think it's difficult is Woxic is more than proficient at taking those fights with the Krieg, so they could have just dropped it across to him and he would have been serviceable. I understand the idea behind denying it to make sure that the CTs can't pick it up for free, but it's just so hard to use. I used to have rules back in the day, this is going back plenty of years now, where T-side Nuke, we wouldn't even buy an AWP. We couldn't get anything done with it.
Sure. It's one of those, that's why I was trying to make the point of Vertigo, why it's so impressive that Kenny wasn't getting the opening picks, because on the T side, getting mid-round multi-kills is very difficult, because at that point, logic dictates you're already on the bomb side, kills have already been found, and you're kind of defending, right? So you're just getting a pick here and there to defend the plant. Not the best approach for FaZe here, as they've already lost a player, making some noise. They go down towards lower, but that's much better. Rain with a deadly shot from that Desert Eagle. Rops now with pressure as he looks towards Decon.
Oh, baby. FaZe Clan, just Desert Eagles and a single AWP. They've made it work. Low sight is theirs, and the frags too. Rain delivering all 3 into that low sight. Frozen's just going to be trying to keep hold of the CT Krieg. No one's blaming him for that. But FaZe Clan, after losing the first player as well. We talked about Mouse's 4 versus 5 win percentage being the highest on Nuke. Well, not today.
Well, that buys into that 5v4 percentage, right? That's pretty wild to think. If you get the opening pick and then you lose, that percentage of rounds, that's not ideal. But I suppose it's only of their rounds lost. So that sample size could be skewed. Might have to delve a little deeper there.
4-2. FaZe Clan with the Desert Eagles and the saved AWP. It is enough there. They lost the opening kill as well. As Olaf Meister, who had the AWP, was picking towards the hut. He goes down. They tried to hold on to the AWP on the CD side by dropping the incendiary there, but Brokey stole it away. They made their way towards outside. They got down towards lower, and it was the one dig from Rain that enabled them to actually get some traction towards lower. Bomb gets planted. The AWP connects towards window, and at that point, FaZe win the round. Another one stolen away. They are yet to win a gun round here. They have won a couple of times with just the pistols, which is absolutely fine in the early stages. As they make their way towards outside, this is a bit of a compromised situation for mousesports. You can see the money really running thin now.
Yeah, this will need some more multi-frags from the individuals in the server once more, and Frozen has that saved Krieg, which could be hugely influential in a position like this, tucked in towards the back of the warehouse. We'll be able to swing out and take fights. If the smokes permit it, we can see FaZe lining them up once again, dropping the deep wall. This is where they knew the counter was to jump on that CT box, and they've Molotoved it this time, so that response can't come on in. So FaZe quick to adjust.
Oh, but they still get a frag. It is, however, going to favor Mouse only for a second, a fraction of a second. Excuse me, favor FaZe. Voxic was the one to claw it back for Mouse, and okay, overstays his welcome. You can understand why, given the fact that he only had a scout in this deagle buy, but yeah, working on a disadvantage from now on, and Carrigan likely to get caught here by Cold's warehouse spot.
Cold Zera. Massive advantage for his team on this round, but 0-5 for himself so far. Shouldn't be any danger of giving this one up unless Carrigan does something ungodly from main entrance, and not really that active right now. They'll make their way down towards lower. Voxic and Frozen to find the kill so far. Carrigan transitions down the vents. 25 seconds. If he gets a quick kill and brings it back to the 2-on-2 and finds the bomb, that would be great. There is a chance as well. The fact it's gone too deep, it won't make a sound cue for him to come out, and they've assumed this is clear. They haven't shut the door behind them. They're going to plant in the smoke, and there's a chance he can deny this. Doesn't get the second kill, and that could be everything. Pulls out the AWP. An exciting moment there, Chad, but not quite enough. Do you think he goes for the planter first, or did he make the right choice in going for the second player?
Well, the thing is, the plant was going down in the smoke. I'm not sure exactly how much Carrigan would have been able to see.
I don't think he could have seen anything.
Yeah, the problem is if he wildly spams at the smoke, he probably gets no kill. Whereas this, he guaranteed him a frag.
Yeah, it was the fact they dropped that smoke that saves the day, because like I said, if he denied that plant then and then fades away with the timer so low, they actually might even lose that round, right? So that's actually massive of FaZe, just to have that presence of mind, just to know, okay, this could still fall apart at this level of Counter-Strike. You cannot take anything for granted. It
was interesting to see how quick both teams are adjusting, right? So we saw that deep wall smoke come out. FaZe had already adjusted by dropping that Molotov on top of the CT box. But you already had the counterplay by Mouse, which was to flash through the smoke and take a fight. So we're already seeing this strategy develop within the space of one game.
Yeah, Molly's on boxes now, stopping the Frozen Peak that just got himself a double kill to start off this half. Goodness grief, this half. I mean, it's only 7 rounds in. I already feel like we've had our fair share of fair share of action.
Yeah, you're dead on. There has been a lot. Well, Carrigan, this time towards outside, the only one with any sort of bite behind him this round. He's got the Desert Eagle. Looks good for a kill. I don't think he'll land this shot, but time will tell. Yeah, unfortunately, Nico's movement very difficult to deal with there. You can see him just jiggling around outside. He is alone as his teammates get ready towards ramp, and they better be careful because there's 4 CTs ready and waiting. It's the tightest choke point on the map, and it could lead them to a real disappointing finish to the round here. There's a kill for the CT side, but now they know it's a stack. They'll be checking every crevice of this area, and it's actually a nice 3-man spread up for Cold Zera. That's his first 3 kills in the game so far, so he's happy with that.
Yeah, good to get on the board. Nobody likes sitting down there on the donut. It's a very familiar place for me. But Nico, we'll get that highlight of his one tap there onto Carrigan. Now, moving forward, we will get the guns coming out here. I'm expecting to see the big green. No big green. Not enough money. Not enough money in play right now for Voxic. So he's just have to make the M4 work, which it looks like FaZe are going for a hard top.
Yeah, whether or not they go down the vents remains to be seen. Chris J, however, is going to be given the guise of the smoke. He might have to push through that. Carrigan completely and totally using that smoke as a wall, but there was a gap for Olof to find him. And now you can see Voxic's already darting to regroup with his squad. They're all outside, all 4 members of Mouse towards Hell. And the yard position. I'm not sure this is even a possible retake. This feels daunting. This feels like B-site Dust 2 all over again.
Because it was a top rush, it's limited utility to get into the site, and then we can see the constant Molotovs up towards that Heaven position. There's a couple of smokes left over that can be deployed to keep them out of main. They can smoke off towards Heaven, and as you can see here, FaZe have already set up, ready for flanks.
Knowing when you've got them on the ropes financially as well, that's the best time to start throwing in these slightly more aggressive upper takes. They might have the incendiaries, they might have an orb-watching main entrance. If you can bust through and get the initial frag like they did, you likely lead them to a safe call, and that's what's happened here. Voxic just trying to hold on to weaponry at this point. Nico is on the prowl though, looking for wallbang damage if possible. 1 bullet connects, but that's about it. Can't push the smoke, trying to finish things off with the Desert Eagle. Not going to get him though, and 3 players will survive at least. After a 4-1 start, mousesports find themselves 5-4 down. This is starting to get a little bit troublesome for them. This is picked by FaZe. Bear that in mind. Is trade next if Dust 2 are required, which I think it might be.
You definitely have to buy here if you are that of Mouse. They've made the right call. You don't want to leave those 3 rifles stranded on their own, and they've been able to drop across weapons to make this work. Chris J will only opt for the MP9 with a full bank of utility there, but Carrigan's been able to get himself an M4. Olaf with the spawn. We'll take the squeaky door pick. Sees nothing over towards main. It's more of a, I was going to say, ladder presence there. As well, Woxic, he's found a frag
Where did
towards
Olaf's
Yard.
health go? He's down to 19. Another nade landing on his noggin.
Slows right down for now. Opening an advantage for mousesports. Voxic the one to find it, not with the AWP. It's the M4 this time. Still on the back foot. Brokey will have the sniper rifle available, and the most logical place for it, head towards that ramp room. Rob's known to play the ramp room to great effect. One of the better players of this position. A nice balance of aggression and retreat. We'll see whether he gives Brokey anything here. He has to be the man to go in first and look towards CT spawn ideally. That's going to be a common position for an AWP on the other side if there is one. Flashbang for now. Here comes the swing from Brokey. They've confirmed. They've at least got through. Robs will have to drop down now.
Yeah, he just can't contest. One flashbang was enough. But he will.
Which is fine on a 5-on-4, by the way. He doesn't need a kill by any stretch.
No, and he's tucked into such a powerful position that I don't see a world where he doesn't get another one. FaZe are going to be coming into the site with 3 if Robs hits his shot. It will be the low health Olaf Meister going first, as he should be. Oh, he's been spotted. Frozen onto Rain, that's a good start, but he won't even get one. Frozen, however, doubles up. That's some huge fragging from their secondary star. Brokey already onto Chris J. Is his chance for a 1 versus 4, closing the door, 9 seconds, won't have a safe spot to plant, and won't have any life left. 5 to 5, as we do see the chaos continue.
Now, you saw me break down before when Woxic was pushed back just by the flashes and they got down secret for free. Well, here's what happened in the last round. Woxic actually positioned himself very passive. He only has this M4, you can see here, breaking out those windows. As soon as he hears that smoke dropping, he's going to play all the way in the back line before he got flashed here. That flash comes over, doesn't get him. He's able to take down Cold, and that's how the round kicked on off for mousesports.
So does he shoot out the windows there just to suggest he might be AWPing from that position and like he's trying to deal with the smoke? Just a bit of suggestion, or does he just do it as like he does that every round anyway? We'll get back into it, Chad. Because
I'll have
Rain
to keep my eye on it. I'm not quite sure exactly.
Because it makes sense because
that.
it takes away some of the AWP damage right through the windows.
Yes.
It'd be like is a common thing to do at the start of you trying to shoot them out, so you don't have to deal with that. Would be a nice idea. So I guess he's trying to just show the same tendencies he'd normally display. Just a small note.
And some lineups for the 3 outside smokes. A different look, as Chad said, keep note of all the different looks they have. And aggressive from Chris J gets Nico down to 1. And I believe that tagged, my God. The bullets from Mouse have chipped away at FaZe Clan, but 5 hearts still beating, and mine's beating a little quicker with the X-ray on.
So Nico loves to be down here by himself. He's happy to operate towards Secret. Similar to Glaive on Astralis. Get down there, be a nuisance, to suggest presence, but with 1 HP, might not be as powerful. He's only got a single flashbang as well as he closes out his close proximity positions. It's going to be an upper finish for FaZe, maybe a vent dive. And in terms of utility, not much left. Carrigan just with the single smoke. Voxy takes a bit of damage there as he holds towards upper, I believe.
Carrigan should get mollied out of position here, but he could get one before he goes down. Okay, I'll think of a passive approach. Now he's stuck, now he's pinned, and they don't want to have anything to do with the top side. They're just going to hightail it out of the ramp. But
why not? I guess, you know, he's stuck in there and anticipating an upper push here. You've at least locked him in.
And you leave Cold in perfect position to punish. This is a real nice round from FaZe Clan.
Yeah, perfect.
Nothing Carrigan could do to prepare for that.
This Cold Zero staying alive here as well. Another fantastic move there. What a brilliantly orchestrated strategy that was. Like, what can you do against that? Like, they've slowed it right down to the point where they know where you are. They flushed you out. You've given away your position by doing extinguish. The Molotov were the only key bit of utility you have. They go towards ramp. You're locked in. And at that point, Cold Zero is watching main entrance for drops down to lower as well.
Yeah, Carrigan's have been bullied in that round, I would say. And now Woxic's turn is in the playground of life and Counter-Strike. As Cold Zero will take him down, gets the kill. Round number 6 on the board for FaZe as they take the lead here. Now, this was the opening kill from Rain, jumping up on the silo. He got the double nades earlier in the game, but that hasn't dissuaded him from continuing to go for that pick. And here was the kill, which was very impressive with the way that FaZe played that round.
Just the way the timings came together. He knew exactly what his role was there, and the smoke was dissipating. They're going towards ramp. He's looking for transitioning CTs down towards Vendor. That's their only point of access to actually stop the lower plant. And he's there. He couldn't have done a better job there, Cold. So well done to him. 6-5. Money's still okay for mousesports, but still struggling. Chris J on the MP9.
Well, that top hut molly didn't actually push him away. That's just to stop them being able to face Squeaky at the start if they want to go for a vent dive.
Have we seen Chris J on a rifle yet? I feel like he's been rocking that SMG a lot. Full commitment of the spray.
Yeah, it's never a good idea.
What's going on? Robs can hear the steps. He knows they've got the advantage. He doesn't need to stay, and he does anyway. Now, however, the advantage completely turns because the low site is being swarmed. Only Chris J's SMG, not a chance.
They need to get a Krieg in his hands. We've seen what this man could do on this map with the SG, but having to be down on the MP9s, it's a serviceable weapon, but the way that FaZe are looking right now, they're stringing them out across the map. They're always caught in transition. They're never in a position where they're set up. Being forced to move around. We saw Na'Vi's T-side the other day, right? They were doing a lot of those drop down the vents and stuff.
They were. They definitely were. That was the main problem for the opposition. But at the same time, Frozen has fired off a bullet randomly, and his teammate's just gone down. I feel like this round is over. Frozen will have to give up, and FaZe Clan, again, looking so solid, rock solid on the T-side here of Nuke. We asked Carrigan going into this one, how do you think about Nico as an in-game leader? Do you feel like he has strengths here? Remember, Nico is considered to be one of the world's best Counter-Strike players, generally speaking, and the fact he's calling this sort of game as well, with assistance from Yanko and coldzera here in this sort of environment as well. But the fact is, they're calling this sort of game, it's beautiful to watch so far.
But you can see what Carrigan meant when he said Nico calls around himself more than what Carrigan does. Now, you build on that point you're saying about Nico being one of the best players in the world. Of course, he's going to put himself in positions where he can be very dangerous and very potent. Like getting down secret on your own, they're difficult duels once you get to that part of the map. Having Glaive there, he's one of the most skilled in-game leaders we have. So when you use him as a reference point, Nico doing a similar side of things, able to make some very, very big plays. And a huge part of why 7 rounds are next to the FaZe Clan name at the top of your scoreboard right there. And mousesports are left with a partial try, which is a bit of Kevlar, a couple of nades, a couple of upgraded pistols, and Frozen with the saved M4.
There's the smoke thrown out late, and Bunny hopping his way with the bomb to get down towards Secret. No issues there. The rest of his teammates will follow suit. coldzera.
The bomb at the back, always a little bit dicey at times, but no damage taken, really. So they're absolutely fine here. Chris J, though, known to be a bit of a demon with a deagle.
Yeah, this is an impossible task. One shot does soften him up for Frozen and keep the crosshair away from the headshot.
Bear in mind there's only one rifle here. Doesn't seem to even be a consideration for FaZe Clan. coldzera's like, you know what, I'll just deal with him. I'll just kill him. I'll just kill him, we'll just move on.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Let's just keep going here. There's no problem here whatsoever. And that's another round on the board. They've won the half on the T side here. They were 4-1 down, boys.
How does that make you feel, Henry?
Though they got a 2-0, there's no problem.
We just had this FaZe conversation yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Where did I put them? I definitely said they were in the top 3.
You said FaZe top 3.
Oh, yeah, I did too. I said Astralis, Na'Vi, FaZe.
You did.
Damn.
The way they looked in the last couple of tournaments, like, mate, to be fair, like, after this amount of time we've had with FaZe and the amount of money that's been thrown into this project, of course we've got to see results at some point, right?
Well, look at MIBR as an example.
Sure.
Okay,
that's fair enough. The other end of the spectrum,
they're
perhaps.
floundering.
But they have focused on one nationality, to be fair.
That's true. They tried to get Stewie down for a little while, Henry.
Did it work? that definitely didn't work. But yeah, fair enough. That's a good response, I suppose. But I just feel like FaZe as a project has been disappointing. Like, it's been, what, 3 years since we've had this going on now? They've had so many different international rosters that have the potency, the potential to be a world-class team, but it always just has this one caveat or compromise that they don't have an in-game leader, or they're missing a sniper, or the sniper's not performing. Something, there's always a compromise or an excuse. This is the first phase in a very long time where he said this is a team that can be in the top 3, and they're actually realizing those expectations.
I think it was the New York event,
2018.
It was either 2018 or 2017. I forget which one exactly it was, but there was a New York event where FaZe looked amazing, and that was the roster with Carrigan, Nico, they had Guardian in there, Olaf and Rain. That was the team before Carrigan got benched and stuff. And they had a stretch where they looked really good. And then it must have been 2017 because 2018 was when they failed the major, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it must have been that 2017 New York. And they, right there, they stomped that event. They were just God mode. But since then, it's always been very up and down for FaZe. Obviously, remember they had Neo in there at one point. They had a Dren come in at one point. There's been a lot of roster changes over a short period of time.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point. A very prestigious organization within esports and CSGO, and a lot of money being invested here. I think coldzera probably up there, the highest transfer fee of all time within CSGO, and now finally paying dividends. We are going to see this team look very good in the first half of Nuke so far, and they continue to do so as they find 2 opening frags towards upper, make it 4 in the blink of an eye. They steal round 14 away. Is this going to be Rob's remaining the Ram player who's just asking, what the hell is going on up there, boys?
Yeah, this one is a robbery. Just like that, a full heist. 4 players, just wool pulled over their eyes. We will see Rob's trying to save his M4 in spawn. I say saving, of course. He does have the chance to go for it. It just does seem a little too impossible. Down, Brokey will find it. And so FaZe Clan, that is 90 rounds. And this one just got ripped from Mouse so fast, it's almost impossible to process. I don't know if they haven't taken many timeouts, but I'd probably want one. And they'll get one after this round, that's for sure.
Yeah, here's the quick variation. So it's the standard same out smokes they've been doing. They're making it look like it's a secret play. They've just come around into main and they've turned it into a top split. Simple as you like. Everybody on the top side flashed. They've come in, they've pinned them down. Simple as that.
Love it, Chad. And this could be another fast finish for FaZe. Their momentum is behind them. They're looking incredibly strong right now. They know the money's weak, and they make their way out of squeaky door. Carrigan, good for 1, but that might be all they find this round because their upper bomb site is now open. They've got scouts for masses and a single M4 to try and retake the bomb site here. It's round 15, no saving now as FaZe hunt for double digits. They might just find it as Nico gets his 11th frag.
I mean, what? This is it. It's down to a flash from Walt.
This flash has been sick in the last few months, to be fair, but I don't think he'll be winning this round.
It would be all 4 members of FaZe staring at heaven in the open.
Oh, it's got to be done now.
Oh, there's a chance here with this flank.
The smoke available still for Rain, I don't know. Good shot. A chance with this from Ass. They are making it work. A 2-on-2 now, but time is ticking away. Still need 2 frags. Taking 4 damage here. The defuse has to come in right now. He'll touch it, but no chance. Surely Voxy with the P2000. He gets the kill, but not the round. It's going to be 10-5 as FaZe Clan stretch their legs out here on the T side of Nuke. They were 4-1 down, and they absolutely blow the half out of the water. We'll take a break to catch our breath and see if mousesports can come back to life.
Then you better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you wanted to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said all.
me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you're not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the ground.
FaZe Clan have come into their series versus mousesports like people possessed. All members of the squad delivering 2 frags, top from bottom, 3 I can't count. It doesn't matter. Maths is not important. The Counter-Strike is, and FaZe Clan have managed to make a T-side on Nuke look advantageous.
Oh, absolutely. To say the very least, Alex, they have run away with that T-side and move over to more favorable counter-terrorist forces here. mousesports with 5 will need this pistol, to say the very least, to stand a chance at this point. And the pick of FaZe, you can see why they look so comfortable on it. Their mid-round calls, their outside presence, the variation of their defaults, the clutch potential, the shots, the talent, everything coming together as you see the upper rush from Carrigan. He will lead the way. The flashbangs be delivered, and coldzera ready and waiting for a couple of kills here.
Check him. So now they're going to assume it's clear, and Rain has actually done it all. Carrigan said, watch out for him when he's hitting shots. You've got something to fear, and Rain has found a quad kill in the pistol to make that very statement himself.
Wow. Okay, so that's called the God Flash, the one they threw from T-Spawn. You get it through the skylight from the white truck, and it means it blinds the entire upper bomb site, usually. But if you're not checking the key positions, you might have flashed him, but it doesn't really matter. coldzera, he got the cover from Rain. He got 2 frags towards this main entrance. Wow, that was actually insane. I didn't realize it was that sick, I'll be honest. But coldzera got away with murder there, quite literally, as he got flashed and then at that point found 2 kills in front of him, even though he was completely smothered by the utility of mousesports.
Yeah, and talking of smothered by utility, look at Nico's position. There's a lot outside. All of the bells and whistles thrown by mousesports to get them set up for an outside take. But, oh, Nico, that is a real naughty spot. It will fade. He's hoping they're going to be turning their attention towards main, and they were. I say they travel in pairs. It's Nico's arc now. Frozen and Rops. Oh, he's even spotted you. Body shots will prevail in the end. The power of the Deagle at that range, and coldzera low health could be the next victim, but just timing it to perfection means that 12 for FaZe should be all but a formality. Yeah,
I think you might be right there. Rops does have an AUG and lower control, but the bomb is down in T-spawn. So this is all a bit of formality. Now, it's going to be eco for mousesports going forward as well, so we can start planning for the future. mousesports won't have much of a conversation to be made in the next round because all they have is Glocks and no armor, maybe a couple of P250s if they're lucky. No bomb planted in the pistol, no real damage inflicted here in the second, unless Rops can find a couple now. He won't even have a chance to plant at this stage.
Yeah,
he'd have to run all the way, grab the bomb, and still not make it a plant.
Should be the man to find the frag. Of course, you can see he's completely unaware as he will get taken down by Robs. That's 24 seconds now, but the bomb, as you've highlighted, Henry, is going to be close to unobtainable. Oh, wow. That's a naughty little tag from Rain.
Yeah, no chance of winning now. And we'll see that come through. Even if he does get a couple of kills, even if he got one more, it wouldn't have a massive effect because, as you can see, $2,400 per player. They're not really racking up the loss bonus as of yet. They're going to have to take a full eco here. At the top end, they can get like a Deagle. P250s can be thrown in the mix. Robs always gets armor of his Desert Eagle as well because he always seems to find a couple of kills. If you find a couple of kills, you get $600, meaning you have a bit more money to your teammates, so you can justify a bit of extra expenditure. So 13-5 locked in. Chris J's got a helmet, Chad, with a Glock. What do you make about that?
Well, it's an interesting choice.
Not the one I'd be going for, I'll be honest.
Me either, but maybe they were talking about dropping a gun across and he was going to be the player buying armor and they didn't end up doing that.
At least give him one of the Deagles, I would say. He's going to get that now. There we go. So now it actually does make sense. And he gets a headshot. And maybe even a kill.
Wow.
So that's why he gets a Glock armor set up.
Yeah, now you understand.
I get it now.
Yeah, his question's been answered. He picks up his teammate's dead Deagle and then has a chance to be providing additional damage into coldzera's brain. So far, Chris continuing to throw those 50 caliber rounds through various sheets of metal, yet to really convert anything to something substantial. Nico's holding the perfect line. I mean, this is a nasty one for the cross to main. You'd have to hit a banger of a shot. He's not even going to let you try.
Yeah, well, we've spoken about this a lot in recent time. Teams who on the T side who are kind of just waiting this out, they're looking for mistakes, seeing if any of the CTs want to get a little bit aggressive, give away a free kill. And if they can't do that, they continue to poke and prod around the map to milk out as much CT side ability as possible. It's not great when a nade falls on your head, but there's those deagle kills Henry was telling you usually come through on the side of Rops. The Prophet himself is in the building.
Nico's going to want to get this away, throw that in the bin, or is he going to keep the AUG for himself? I know he had a bit of a tough relationship with it. The day he used it, it was nerfed.
That was pretty funny. I hope Valve did that on purpose.
They did say hi, Nico, didn't they? Cheeky monkeys.
They always get their pokes in Valve. They are watching.
Yeah, some way, somehow, they are watching. We are going to have a 13-5 scoreline here. Last chance, really, for mousesports to even have a save on the first map. It's to pick a phase, bear that in mind, but EPL logic dictates that you normally take your opponent's map pick before picking up a map yourself. So it's all upside down today as Nico does hit the footsteps, cross over towards Secret. First kill, not found just yet. Rain is down towards lower, good smoke.
I saw Carrigan.
He did see him, but didn't recognize it by the looks of things.
It might have popped up on the radar for his other teammates, but so far nobody seems to be moving or...
He's going to do the same play that Nico did to his team. Carrigan in the same game has managed to find the same gap. He wants top site, and he's calling Coldzera, getting his pieces in a row, and now the top site is theirs. However, checking out Nico, Woxic will lose that duel, this time with the full rifle. Same spot, different result.
Good shot there from Frozen. Very nice position. But at this point, surely mousesports have this under lock and key.
Olof's a bit of an unknown entity right
Remember,
now.
the frags they found in the last few rounds suggest they won't go for this because they have an AWP in the mix as well. They don't need this round by any stretch of the imagination. Carrigan wins in one single-handedly. Olof Meister still up for it, though. He sits towards the CT vent. This is going to call in for the Rain rotation. Unfortunately, though, that should be the round. Olof Meister dropped to the floor, but has inflicted financial damage here. Brokey will have to save the AWP. Money won't be fantastic going forward, but mousesports have got their first round in the second half here, 13-6.
Both in-game leaders pulling off a very similar
That's a good
style
point.
of
Yeah,
play.
it's the in-game leaders doing the exact same play in the same position on the map. A different approach, though. So Carrigan could have got 2 frags from that, but instead he was looking at the bigger picture. How can I crack open a bomb site at this stage? So he didn't go for the kill beneath ladder. He saw that was an AWPer, save his houses. He's not going to be able to retake us and cause a load of damage. If I kill that player and go up the ladder, they'll adjust and take my position down. That's not a bomb site. He goes up, takes the anchor down, and that means the site is actually open.
Are we assuming that Nico got 4x3'd here?
I think so. The fact that I didn't
right?
see it, but if it was on, if you saw it on his screen and he didn't react, then definitely.
I have a pretty strong inkling that he may have just caught his line of sight.
I'm gonna check his resolution now, just for sanity's sake.
All
but
right.
I'm gonna suggest he definitely uses like 960 4x3.
Ooh, different lineups this time. I'm intrigued to see where that one's off to. Carrigan with the main smoke from the backside. Or is this smoke and mirrors, quite literally, or is this the commitment? Bomb in, and that's already going to go down. Good shot. Brokey was the one to actually finish it off, but Brokey's stuck behind the CT vent. The bomb is on top site, but they're posturing around vent. This is a weird one.
Why is he not being taken down yet?
Somebody kill Brokey, please.
They haven't got nades to flush him out now, and this is where it could fall apart. They're focusing so much on this one player towards the CT vent, or not focusing on him at all. I don't know which one it is. They thought it would be Molotov, he'd been flushed out. The comms just break down here for mousesports, and now it's a 3 versus 1. I couldn't tell you how Brokey's still alive and well, with 3 kills to his name. Rocks a nice free
Yikes.
aim towards the huts, but it's not enough. I don't know what just happened there, Chad.
Oh dear. You and I are delving in to grab some reconnaissance, and meanwhile, everything's going awry in the server for mousesports. That should have been a gimme, really.
It should have been, and I think Brokey's survival, it's funny how similar some of these rounds have been, half to half. Again, hiding behind the vents, he extinguishes the Molotov on CT vent in the same way that Carrigan did. It goes unchecked and frags. It's very similar scenes back to back. Nico, of course, a big part of that round. He got the one of the contributing frags in that fast take, as well as the cherry on top at the end.
I think mousesports are dumping an extra smoke to that yard position now to deal with the Molotov extinguishing the wall or breaking the wall. But Rops, he's going to sneak out behind the smoke this time. It's his turn to be the criminal, and he will get away with his life.
Burning, burning, burning. Hunting. Woxic does go down. And he was segregated from his team there, so I'm not sure if they're going to think that that was the lone wolf. Oh, no. Oh, Olaf and Nico. They want to tie in the noose, and Chris J's giving him a way out. Loose the noose, and fast. That's the bomb, though. Carrigan could be struggling if the flank comes in, and Nico, whoa! 2 taps of his AK, and the round could very well be falling down. Now, Robs is the one to be tapping on his mouse 1. He's found the head of Coldzera, and the bomb eventually ends up at top.
My goodness gracious me. Nico with the play from hell there. He does manage to bring them back into the round, but it might not be enough. Brokey with the flashbang towards upper. He's got the AWP, bear in mind as well. Going to throw an incendiary towards the hut just before they made their final commitment here. If he throws it towards Squeaky Door, that could be even better. Flashbang to come in, and Carrigan, he'll sit inside the aforementioned hut. Nico to make his final play. Utility is down, but time is of the essence. They haven't found an early quick kill. Now Nico has. If they win this round now, it could be enough. The flashbang comes through. Carrigan the challenge here, and the defuse comes in, and... He gets him. It's all fine. Carrigan will have enough to save the day there. It comes down to a stab in the back, but still they win the round. Nico, that was just amazing from him.
That was a wild round. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pick that one up. Could have had the highlight there if he had that last kill.
I mean, I think he still has. Let's watch that again. Just tapping away on the mousesports low side play. Rops was the one to open the door back in for Mouse, though, and Carrigan's the one to close it and lock it.
So the only 2 rounds they've won on the T side now will come from a Carrigan play up towards Heaven, and now a Carrigan clutch from the hut.
Touché.
So he's the only one keeping them within this Nuke battle so far, and it denies map point. They lost to the Eagles before. It could happen again.
So
Thank God for Carrigan.
Yeah, that is so scary. You could just know what Nico's capable of. When you see those scenarios getting presented to him, you feel like he's going to convert them every single time. But Carrigan's going walkabout again. We'll get the warehouse control. Has a teammate with him in the name of Woxic this time round. They will get trapped. Carrigan's well aware of that one. We'll take down Rain. So, Henry, what did you find out about the resolution of Nico?
So he uses one of the oddest resolutions. I actually had to do some further Googling myself to work out what he had done here. So he does use a 4x3 resolution, but he uses the one above 102 4x768, which is not a setting available within the menu. It's a custom res, which is 1152 by 864, which is still a 4x3 resolution, similar to 1024, but it's slightly more pixels, a bit more HD, but still the same effect.
Alex knows everything about these custom res. I remember you trying to tell me about this a couple months ago.
Yeah, this is a whole thing.
So I had to look on forums to see how to get this set up, and why people use it is because you have the same feel as 1024, but it's a little bit more crisper.
Right, exactly. So, because the monitors are so big and so powerful now, you just give yourself a bit extra with the same amount.
I'm going to try that tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it a go.
I'll ask Dupree as well, because I know Astralis have a God res they use. It's like,
I use 1280 960 right now, which I think is what Simple uses, and it feels real nice. But I want to give this a go.
It's a custom 16x10 res, I believe.
I've heard about that.
Which is like 1480.
Lawrence mentioned that before to me.
Precisely. It's one of those.
Tell me about that.
But yeah, there's a lot of players that really, I mean, they will fiddle with anything until they have a ridiculous game on a setting and then decide that's the setting for them. Everyone will have the same thing. That's just humans. There's a reason we keep buying, you know, different cars. We can get to A to B with one of them, but we want the one that's right for us.
I like my new car.
Yeah, Chaddy's been driving again for the first time in like 5 years. A conversation perhaps to be had now, because the tactical timeout has been called. The US Air Force tactical timeout, to be more specific, in our first map of our second series of the day here. The last one for the group.
Carrigan has been involved in half the opening duels this map, 4 and 7. I always say it, on Nuke, say what you want about his individual skill. He always delivers on this map when he has to.
Yeah, he's been leading from the front here. And
yeah.
Well, mousesports, they're starting to battle back. They've got 8 under their name. We know this is traditionally a CT-sided map, but FaZe Clan made it look anything but with their first half display. So if Mouse have just as many tricks up their sleeve, this one could be a bit of a slog here. It looks like we will be getting FaZe Clan on another save, so it's just a couple of pistols upgraded. There's some Deagles, 250, there's a HE in the mix. Maybe they'll invest into a little bit more, or maybe they'll be happy with what they've got on their belt at the moment.
All right.
MAC-10 in the hands of Chris J. He has been struggling, but as you noted earlier, Alex has been on the lower weapon throughout. Needs to main to scare away any CTs who want to get aggressive and try and stop the push. And now it'll slow on down, as it feels like it's a late top pop.
Yeah, he gets a lot of the control he wanted from Pop Dog early, and combined with the Molotov and that flash, a very clinical way to take this control. Brokey. Ooh, Nico did hit the first one. Brokey was having a go at the second. I thought he hit something on the ladder, but he is just going to back away. The T's have top site. The T's have this round. There is absolutely nothing other than the Deagles on FaZe Clan. Sometimes, as we tend to remind you, that's enough. I don't think this is one of those cases. Rops confirms it. Good shot.
Very good shot. Just trying to get themselves back into the map if possible. It's never too late. Money starting to stabilize over FaZe Clan. They're the ones on the hunt for map points. Had a great shift here so far on Nuke. Frozen, same story. 20 kills to his name. See whether coldzera can get anything at the end of this. No real reason to hunt. You know they've only got pistols, but it's always a nice feeling to get them completely removed out of the server.
Christian would go down to the bomb radius after the damage, but he was safe enough in the squeaky room. 9-14, it's time for another bye, and we will get to see more Brokey CT-sided AWPing. He has not been a focal point of their defense so far, but I am intrigued to know as to where he's being tested and if he is just yet.
Now, one of the question marks FaZe has to worry about here is if they do see these fast yard smokes that mousesports have been throwing time and time again, is it another secret play? What type of map territory are they going for? And do we have to be ready for Carrigan pushing through that smoke? But this isn't the part of the game where you could potentially start seeing teams going for these top site plays off the back of these smokes. Rops has taken a lot of room. He's got top hut covered already.
Last time he did this, he completely caught Rain off guard on the mantle over the top of the smoke. Rain, you can see, has learned his lesson. He will recede, moonwalk after the mantle, and then slowly clear it on his own volition. But just as the timing and the smoke clears, so will Robs.
Well, Mouse have lower control. And the toes just being spotted there in main as Carrigan will get taken down by Nico.
Nico finds his 26th scalp so far, and map point looks to be locked in. Just a 5-on-2 here. Chris J and Frozen with one Molotov between them, and Frozen now really no health as he'll be taken down to 37. Does get a kill in response. That's Nico at least. A 4-on-2 now. 1 minute on the clock. So Chris J. He has got them out of some remarkable situations in the past, especially on LAN.
Yeah, a hero.
What can Frozen do? Top fragger at this point, 21 kills.
So wait for the clock to get weird and then walk out top site. Here we go.
That's all they really can do. If they pre-fire the CT vent, might be onto something here, but there is a player in towards hut. And they've given it to 3, and Frozen will trade it out, but down to 15 now.
Yeah, and he's got the ball out, brought by Coles. And that's 15 for FaZe Clan. They look to pick up their map pick, and they have got 6 match points to do it. That is absurd. And it is, of course, an impossible task, or would feel like one for mousesports. It's certainly not, though. We've seen what their T side is capable of. And one of the highly and most hottest anticipated matches of the group stage here at EPL does look like it's just one round from getting that advantage in FaZe court.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough task here. You saw 2 opening frags went without any real fight there from that of Mouse. They haven't found it out top just yet. It's going to be similar scenes, and a missed Molotov looks a bit funny on top of the vent there.
So Rain trying to give himself a bit of tenacity on top of that hearted coldzera to open things up. It looks like we might be done here on Nuke, but 5-on-3 ensues. coldzera applying shot after shot. Just Voxic remains, and there we have it. FaZe Clan will be picking up their pick